morning. I am doing another orientation for a customer that couldn't make it here today. So I'm doing the video just to go over the basic steps and how the operation of their new park model, how everything works. So this is the 2025 Salem Grand Villa 44 View. We love this floor plan. It's probably one of our best selling ones here on the lot. Up here, we're going to go over the front first and then go around the camper. So up here, we've got your two 30-pound bottles. Both of them are full right now. This here is your automatic switchover. The notch right there is pointing here because that's the one it's drawing off of. If you were to leave both open, when this one runs out, it would automatically flip over and draw off the other one. A lot of people leave that off just because then they'll know, okay, this one here is empty. I still have one more full one. Got to get this one filled. But of course, what you do is up to you. There's a green color on here. It tells you that you've got propane. When you run out, that green will turn red. And then also, it will also turn red if the propane's left off for a while, just because there's no pressure behind it. So once you turn your propane on, it'll flip over to green for you. Down here, you can't see it very well, but your battery's in there. It's an Interstate battery. It holds a 1-year warranty on it through Interstate. It's probably not going to be as important to you if you're plugged in all the time, but you should still be doing, what you can for the battery. In this case, it's a wet battery. Every now and again, pop the caps on the top, check the water level. If there's no water in there, pour distilled in there. It's important to check that though. Down below here, if I may be able to catch a picture of it. Right there. Yep, there's your battery disconnect. Right now I have it on because we're plugged in and I want that battery to charge. So if this is going to go into storage, not plugged in or anything, turn that off just to shut the battery down for your season when it's in storage. All right. Your propane does have a cover that goes over it, which when I'm done today, I'll turn your propane off and then put the cover back on. I had to close your slides to get through here. I just wanted to make sure that we could see everything. So I closed the slides, and when we go in, I'll open them back up, and then you can also see how that goes. So here, all the important information about your camper is right there. I'm covering your VIN, but where your tire pressure should be, all that good stuff is right here along with your VIN and how long you are. This is your underbed storage. The strap that's in here right now is for a table that is hooked on by your sliding glass door, and when we get around there, you'll see that. You can get to this from under your bed. All right, moving around here, we've got your water system. You've got your fresh water for when you're dry camping with no water hookup. Of course, we have your city water. Please make sure you're using a drinking water hose. And also, every time, I don't care where you're at, use your water regulator, all right? If the pressure's too high, it could do a lot of damage to your lines. Down here is a black tank flush. This is for the half bath that you have inside. So whenever you're using your black tank flush, please remember to leave the valve to the black tank open. It builds a lot of pressure up in that tank when it's being sprayed out. So if it's left shut, it could very well come out of the toilet and all over the floor, or potentially the vent on the roof. That's not a very common thing, but it has been known to happen. Down there, that white handle, that is how you're going to drain the fresh tank if you use it. The little blue one hanging down there is your overfill. So if you fill up your fresh tank, you start to hear water running out, that's where it's coming out at. It just is letting you know it's full. Okay. Back here, this is simply the back of your refrigerator if you needed to get to it. A lot of people, whenever you winterize the camper, the ice maker in this refrigerator should also get winterized, and this is where you would do that from. Down here, we've got the fun stuff, right? So you've got 3 sewer outlets, but only 2 of them that you need right now. This is your black and gray for the bathroom up front. And then that one is for your rear bath, the black and the gray. And then you have a third one here. That one is going to be for the washer and dryer if you decide to put one in, because the washer and dryer goes in the closet in the bathroom right here above where the outlet is. All right. This is just another storage. Well, it's not really storage. It has a storage door, I guess, so you can get to this stuff back here. Here is your tankless water heater. So with this, you're just going to open it up. There's your on and off switch for it. Now, right now, the unit itself is winterized, so I can't turn water on, but I do have it on, only because I want to show you the control panel for it. The main thing to remember here, there's a couple of things. Number one, the exhaust that comes out of there is really hot. So don't put anything here that would melt or that would block it. Any little ones running around, hopefully they won't touch it, but if they do, hopefully it's only the one time. So it's super hot. Nothing at all happens here at all until someone turns on the hot water. It's on now, and as you can see, it's not doing anything. It's because no one's got the water on inside. We do want you to run antifreeze through this when you winterize. The tank heaters, we always wanted you to bypass those so that you don't dump 6 or 10 gallons of antifreeze in your water heater. In this case, we don't bypass it. There's no way to bypass it. So we definitely want you making sure antifreeze gets run through this when you winterize the unit for the season. Right down here is the relief valve. Every now and again, if you see water coming out of there, it's okay if it's every once in a while. If it's something that you see all the time, there might be something going on why it's building up so much pressure that the relief valve would have to go. So now if you're in higher elevations, that's probably going to happen more often. So just be aware of that. All right, we'll have to, now this here needs to go all the way, this here needs to seal around it. And that's it, now it's locked. This black tank flush there, that one is for your main bathroom back here, because your big bathroom is in the back here, so that's what that's for. That's a vent there, again, in the bathroom area. And you have an outside shower. It's got hot and cold running water. Low point drains for winterization are right there. So we're going to go around the other side. I couldn't get through back there. It's too close to the building. This is such a pretty camper. People love this whenever they walk in. It's a big wow factor for people. So it's windy today. I'm not going to pull your awnings out just because I don't want the wind to catch it and rip it off your camper. But you do have a pretty light right there. You've got the 2 awnings. Both of them have that light. Doesn't look like much right now, but at night you're going to be able to see for sure. The table that goes under your bed, from here it looks silly that it's that high up, but the thinking here would be if you had a deck, and the deck would be up above your tires there, and then that table would be, perfect placement for that table. You have outside speakers. You have a JBL system inside, so you have zones A, B, and C for the speakers. This is zone C. Here you have an outlet and cable. That's your entryway into the back. This way you would go in. Here, just open it. That's straight in. It would go straight to your living room and up the steps to that second loft and the bathroom. Okay, moving around to the back. Back here, you're prepped for a Lippert on the go ladder. That's what that is up there. And then if you go, there's a QR code. If you scan the QR code that's on that, it'll take you straight to the Lippert website and you can get a ladder. We do want you on the roof. The main thing you're looking for up there is making sure the self-leveling sealant is staying soft and to keep the black streaks off your camper. If you can keep that roof clean, that would be the best thing you could do. But please, that sealant, that's the most important part of the whole roof system there. If the sealant starts to harden, it'll crack and break, and then the weather out here is going to come inside. So there's that. I'm going to go over your slide maintenance as well. All right, so, and this here is the cable or satellite for inside. Oh, I'm going to have to get somebody to help me. When they put these on at the factory, a lot of the time, they'll put sealant on there so that doesn't come open, but I'll have to get someone to open that for me. That's for inside. The cable that was on the side over here is just if you're going to bring a TV outside. All right, so now we're going to go in. All right, here we go, you guys. Okay, now this is what your camper, let me put this on a different setting here. Okay, so when you first walk in, these are your spiral steps going up to the one loft and then your bedroom. I got the slides in right now. I just wanted you to see the space you had with the slides in, which is nice. You can move around in here really well, even if the slides are in. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go over to your monitor panel and open up your slide. Right here, slide in and out. They're hydraulic slides, so it's just one button. So you're just going to push and hold. Your bedroom, I believe your bedroom one goes out first. And then this one will start to creep out, but it won't go all the way until the bedroom one's all the way out. Here it goes. Okay, I don't know if the video picked that up, but it made a winding down noise. That's how you know they're both out all the way. It's not doing anything else. So, you first walk in. Here's your monitor panel. Let me put this on a better setting. Here we go. You got your fresh in your battery. Black 1, which is your main bathroom. Black 2 is your half bath. Your gray and your galley, which is your kitchen. So everything here is empty. This is going to show your battery fully charged. Your black, gray, and galley. 2/3 does seem to be that magic dumping point, so to speak. I know a lot of people with permanent sites will hook up their sewer hose to the camper and then drop the other end down to the sewer and just leave their valves open. There's a lot of things that could go wrong doing it that way. One of them being the sewer gases could make their way in, and then your camper's going to smell like a porta potty. The other real thing that happens is only liquid is going through your sewer hose. Everything else solid is staying behind and drying to the bottom of your tank. So just imagine the black tank here. So you're making a nice little pyramid in there, and it's not going into the sewer. It could, affect your sensors. It could do a lot. So just leave the valve. You can hook the sewer hose up if you want to, but leave the valve shut until it's time to dump them. Once it hits about 2/3, that seems to be a good dumping point where there's enough liquid in your holding tanks for gravity to take over and push it clean. Just remember, every time you dump your black tank, you're also dumping toilet treatment. Of course, the toilet treatment is going to break everything solid down so that you don't get clogged up, but you are dumping that treatment every time you empty your black tank. So come back in, drop some treatment in the toilet with about a gallon of water. If you fill the toilet bowl itself up twice with water, that's about a gallon, and just do that every time. You have your water pump here. The only 2 times you would ever need this water pump is 1, you're dry camping, and you need water pumped from the fresh tank to the faucet. Oh my goodness. All right, let me shut the door. Hold on. Jeez, that was a lot. Yep. Okay. Anyway, so back to the water pump. If you're dry camping and you need to pump water from the fresh tank to whatever faucet you've turned on, of course, that's when you would need it. The second time you would ever need it would be when you winterize. If I'm not mistaken, in this camper, I think your water pump is in your bedroom. I'll double check on that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it is. I saw a sticker for it. I'll show you when we get in there where that's at. This switch here is for the light on the awnings, and then your accent light would be above the slide out. It's kind of hard to see, I think, but there's that. This one here is your ceiling light. And it has a dimmer on it. It dims down. I love the new lights they put in these. I think they're very cool. But here's the dimmer. You just slide that down and back up. And then your slide out button and your awning in and out. This is for the main awning outside your sliding door here. The switch, the control for the second awning is by the back door, and I'll show you that when we get there. This here is your thermostat. So when you come in and it's off, you're just going to push it to wake it up, push it again for mode, and then start turning the knob. It goes to cool, heat, cool plus heat, dry cool, and then off. My favorite setting happens to be the cool plus heat, and then you pick your fan speed. So the reason I like this one, it's 53 degrees in here now. It says here that it's set to 72. Let's just say we want it set at 68 all the time. That's where we want the temperature in the camper to be all the time. So the cool plus heat, what this will do is, if it gets, like now, it just kicked the heat on because it's colder than 68 degrees in here. If it gets hotter than 68 degrees, it'll kick on the AC. So it's an automatic switch from one to the other. Favorite setting, I love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off now. I'm dressed for the cold, so. There we go. And off. Okay, so there's that. Very easy to use. This is the water heater controller. So that tankless water heater. Now this is going to probably throw off a code on me because I don't have any water in it. It's going to tell me, what are you doing? We're not ready. So it's hard to see, isn't it? Hold on, let me see if I can block it a little bit. Make this. Maybe it's on Celsius. All right, so here we go. Ooh, it's dirty, guys. I'll have to clean that for you. You can control your temperature here. I think 122. Yeah, that's as high as it goes. A normal household setting sits around 115. Once you set it to the temperature you want, that's all you should have to do. As soon as someone turns on the hot water, this thing will get to work for you. So it'll have a picture of a shower head with water coming out of it, letting you know there's water going through it. The next picture here will be a fan, and then the last picture will be a flame, and that just lets you know it's fired up out there. And if you're outside, you'll hear it, just so you know. You'll know something's happening here. And then that's it. So once it reaches it'll show you the temperature, what's going on in those copper coils in there. So once it reaches your temperature, say it is 115, it should hold at 115. It's okay. It's natural to see it go up 1 degree or down 1 degree. What we don't want is for it to go down, 4 or 5 degrees, or go up, of course, that many. If it is doing that on a consistent basis, there might be something going on with it. All right, so just pay attention that it's holding the temperature that you put it at. Now, naturally, if you are taking a shower and then someone turns on the sink out here, it's going to affect the hot water. Just be aware of that. So if someone's taking a shower, just, I guess, be courteous and don't turn the water on anywhere else. Not the hot water anyway. All right, so there's all of that. The next thing I'm going to go over is this cool little board here. So all of your shades, the upper ones and the lower ones, except for in the bedroom and the bathroom, are on this controller here. You can pick which shade you want for upper and lower. And then this is also the TV lift. So right now I have all the shades off and just the TV lift on. So there's that. Okay, there's that. The other ones, just for time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and turn them all on. And we're going to lift all the shades up. Let me do this so you can see them a little better. And again, you can do these individually. They don't all have to go up or all be down at the same time. All right. So it's very cool. You guys have amazing windows in here. Now, the one thing I will caution you on when it comes to these windows is the fact that if the sun hits this side of your camper, you're probably going to want the shades to be down, mainly because it's almost like being in a fishbowl in here. That sun's going to hit it and it's going to get really warm. So you could just pull all the shades down to keep it cooler. So right here, the stations that we're getting right now are simply coming off the antenna. You have an antenna boost. It's in the bedroom. If you guys have cable or anything other than working off the antenna, that antenna boost has to be off. If it's on, you'll only ever get your antenna stations. So there's that. Make sure it's off if you're going to do anything else. We can't pick up a lot of channels here though. So typically about 10 stations we can pick up just off the antenna, which is nice because it's free. Here, I'm going to push this stuff back real quick. Everything's on a roller around here, you know. All right, rolling back in place. This here, you can scoot on back. Right here is where your radio is. This is your JBL. It has a remote, as does your TV, of course, but here's the remote to your JBL. Earlier when I said you had zones A, B, and C, I'm talking about this here. Let's see, let's turn it up a little bit just so you can hear it. It's a nice system. But I have all three of them on, A, B, and C. So A is here at the actual radio. B is on the ceiling. And C is outside. All right, so there's that. Turn that off. And then right below that, of course, is your fireplace. It also has a remote. Right now, I just have it on for the look of it. I don't have it on for heat, but you can. You can do it with the remote, or if you lose the remote, you can do everything right here. But you have two remotes, one for the fireplace in here and one for the fireplace in your bedroom. But here's the remote. That's what it looks like. With this one, I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch it. Right now it says 0, 0. But if I push it again, it goes low and high for the fan. And then I can change the way it looks. Yeah, it has just four different looks. Well, there it is. All right, so I'm going to turn this off. There's no reason for it to be on. You do have to be in just the right position for the remote to work. All right, so moving around here, of course, you have your couch. This one folds out to make a bed, and when it does fold out to make a bed, this is one great big bed. You have, and this is what's on the rollers. It has, wheels on the bottom, along with this. So then this lifts up, and you've got some storage there. It's heavy. This is heavy. All right. Behind this couch is your screen door for your sliding door. We just can't travel with it in there. Moving around here to the kitchen, you have your pantry here, which is snapped in place for travel. I'll unsnap it just so you can see it though. Okay. It slides all the way open. Yeah, I like that. Close it, snap it back in place. All right. Okay, and then here is your kitchen area, of course. You've got nice storage going on up here. You have a 4-burner stove. With this one, you're just going to push it in, And it fires up. Push it in. There it goes. Okay. Anytime you're cooking, we always want you to turn the vent fan on. It has high and low. Get the steam out of here, all right? You also have an oven light. All right? Now, the one in the center here, that is for the oven. So you do have the panel light switch here to turn those little blue lights on and off. And then over here, you've got for the oven. Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit harder to show you because it's hard to see not on video. The pilot light is under there. I'm going to try to catch it on video here, but you may not be able to see it. You have to be at just the right position to be able to see the spark and then the pilot lighting up. With this one, you're going to push and hold this picture of the flame to the dot there. All right. Let's see if I can catch. There it goes. All right. Do you see the little blue light there? The pilot lit. Now I can let go and put it on temperature. And now it's fired up. Yep. I like this oven. It's bigger than most. It's not exactly household, but it is bigger than a normal camper one. I still suggest reducing the temperature and keeping an eye on it. Propane runs really hot, and this is smaller than one you'd have at your house. So just keep an eye on it and reduce the temperature. You're just gonna have to play around with it, I guess, to see how it cooks for you. All right, got a nice big microwave here. This big. Okay. Your book, well, okay, so your bag anyway, is here. It's got everything in it that has to do with your appliances, everything that's in the camper. So go through that bag. If something says to register it, just register it. Don't give them an excuse to not cover you on warranty. But I don't think they make you register things anymore. I think that's an old way of thinking. But I've been doing it 11 years. I'm just used to telling people to do that. All right. Your refrigerator is residential, and it's an LG, so it is a name brand. If you needed to replace it, you could. All right, so there's that, nice and big. And then your freezer. And can you see that above where your ice would go, above it? That's your ice maker. You can turn that on and off. If I'm not mistaken, that ice maker, the only way it's going to make ice is if you're hooked to city water. Oh, up here, you can change the temperature of your freezer and refrigerator. That's a factory setting. When I'm done today, that strap, this one here, actually I'll take it out so I don't forget. That strap is going to hold those doors together so when they bring this to you, it doesn't fly open. So we'll go around and do this real quick first. That's my bottle of water. I'll make sure it's not in here. This is your sink. It's big. We love it. So this here is a cup cleaner. So just please make sure before you push that down, or any kids mess around with it, because they will once they figure it out, push it down and it'll spray the cup out. This would be for dish soap. This here comes out, little pop filler. It does have a sprayer on it. All right. Then this and that. So these are your keys. I've already locked this up a couple of times, so I know that they work. So without water being on the system, it's going to be hard to show you this, but with this on the top, you have one side with 2 little lines and then one side with a bunch of them. So the one with on that side, if you want that side to go, you're going to turn it this way. All right, that is going to give you water here on your faucet. If you turn it the other way, it's going to come out of there. It's a stream. It's like a waterfall almost. All right, kind of cool. I kind of love it. This, so what this is going to do is, so here you have a sink stopper there. if that's not in there and you use one of the other stoppers that all it does is it strains so that if you're peeling vegetables or whatever, it keeps it from going down there. You can clog it up. You can put the stopper on inside. I don't know if you can see it. It moves. You can make it to where the water won't drain even if that stopper's not in there. That's what that's for. I don't know if I would ever use it for that reason, but there it is. That's what's in this box though. So you have all kinds of stuff in the box and this bag. This is the drainer I was telling you about, strainer I should say, but it fits right there. And if you're just using that, you can simply make it to where the water doesn't go out by using that. You've got a few other things in there, but in your box here, you've got 2 dish pans, one to wash dishes in, the other to drain the dishes in. If you wanted, instead of filling up the whole sink, you could just use that. It has a cutting board in there. And a roller for, well, so it's a roller that goes out over this. The original intention was for a hot pan. So if you had a hot pan, you wouldn't put it on your countertop. You could just put it on that. But now a lot of people are also using that to drain their dishes. So that's all the good stuff in your box there. You got 4 of these seats. They're all strapped in. I think that's it really in the kitchen area. Here you have your half bath. Okay. It's nice. Here's your light switch. Okay. It's a porcelain toilet, which is so nice to have. We will go up here. I'm too old for this, you guys. But it's nice. It is nice. So you have 2 beds up here. Of course, there's an emergency exit up on the 2nd floor here. I'm not sure anyone would ever actually use that, but there it is. These shades you do by hand. It's not on that monitor panel down there, the switch. All right. You got all that. And this is where they would put the TV if you were going to put one up here. It's also prepped for a King Wi-Fi booster. So if you decide to get it, it's already wired for it. All right, the light switch for this is right there on the wall. Okay. All right, moving around to your bedroom, you got your nice little cubbies there. All right, here we go. Here is your bedroom. You have closet. There's that fireplace. Again, I've only got it on for the look of it. No heat's coming out. This one, I'm going to turn this light on. So you have lights there above the bed. The windows are insane in this camper. They're so nice. So this here, behind your door, you have this thermostat. Yeah, it only goes from cool to dry cool and then off, because it's only for the 2nd AC, right? Now, we set to 85, get out of here. Okay, let's just say that. Now the AC is kicking on. This is just for here and here. And then I believe it does the loft above us as well. And then this is your Versa bed, the tilt on it anyway. So for travel purposes, this does have to be up because, is it gonna go? Because, what is going on? I can't get it to go up now. Am I doing something wrong? Oh, you know what? It's because I messed with it. Oh. All right, I messed with it earlier. I'm sorry. I'll have to get this up for us. But I think I was messing around in here. This is under your bed. That box, this has the covers for your wheels out there. I can pop those on if you want. It's up to you if you guys want those on or not. But here's that. And then, of course, the shades, like I said, out there, the shades in here are done by hand. So, down it comes. And it's nice in here. And just so you know, these here, this is the vent for the AC. You can move these. So if you want them blown right on you or not, you can point them wherever you want them to go. All right, so there's those, and then of course the big one here. Yep, got a pretty deep drawers going on here. This is the remote to that fireplace. And when I told you that your antenna boost was in your bedroom, it's right here above your dresser. This bag is for your central vac system. You have central vac in here, and when we get to it, I'll show you that, but these are the hoses for it. It also has a kick plate that you kick open if you're using a broom. And if you don't want to vacuum, you just want to sweep real quick, you can kick that open and it sucks the dirt in for us. All right, see how pretty the fireplace is when it's dark. Antifreeze inlet, that's going to be where your water pump is, behind the door. So when you take this out, you just take the drawers out. On these, like this one goes down and the other side goes up. You push these little black things, one up, one down, and the glide, it comes right out of the drawer glides, and you can get to it. Okay, so now we're gonna go back here to the other end of the camper. I guess I'll turn that off when I'm done. All right. Did you see that? Look. So when I turned the AC unit on, it blew stuff out of the ductwork. So it looks like both AC units are tied together. So you would essentially have two AC units blowing through the ductwork. This is what they call shake. So, well, that was a lot. I'm going to turn them, but I'll turn the other one on too, just to try and get some more of this out of the ductwork for you. So don't be surprised if you turn the AC unit on and this kind of stuff starts falling out of the ductwork. It's what they call shake. As these are being built, stuff gets into the ductwork, and then when you turn the AC units on, it blows out. So there's that. I'll make sure that's blown out as much as I can do anyway. So back here, we'll go up to this other loft real quick. This is a good loft. You have a nice sized bed. I believe they were saying this is a queen bed. And then it's got a dresser, charging station, plug-ins, another plug-in here with the window. And then that's a privacy curtain. They both have the privacy curtain. All right, and then here's the light switch for that. Okay, now at the bottom of the steps here is where your central vac system is. It's right there. So with this, kick that open. This is going to be where you put your hoses. And then this right here, that little hole there, if you just push it over a little, you'll be able to pull it open, and there's the bag that all the dirt goes in. So if you scan that QR code right there, it'll take you to the website so that you can order more bags. If you just, decide to use this. All right, and I think last but not least is your bathroom. It's a nice sized bathroom. There's your toilet. Here's your sit down shower in case you had a rough night. Got all the wavy walls, I kind of like it. You've got quite the shower system here. You've got the big one there, a handheld one there, and then two more there. It's nice. Let's see. I just want to kind of take you around, trying to stay out of this. Here we go. So there's your mirror. That is your GFI outlet. Your GFI outlet, all of your outlets are connected to it. So if things that are plugged in stop working, check there. The other place you're going to check is your converter. So all of your breakers and fuses are in there. If one of your fuses blow, a red light's going to come on next to the one that's blown. So you'll know which one is messing up. Right? And then in here, you have your closet, but this is also where your washer and dryer prep are. That can come out of there, and this definitely, for a fact we know, holds the stackable washer and dryer. I think it's the apartment size. I know Splendid makes a stackable one that's perfect for this. Just be aware from what I'm told anyway, I don't know, I've not experienced it, but I'm told that when this goes on, if you put a washer and dryer in here, when it goes on the spin cycle, everyone in the camper is going to know it's on the spin cycle. So I don't know if it's actually like that or not, but that's what I've been told by several people who do have them. So there's that. And then that up here is the vent for the bathroom. Push this in and push out, and then you can turn it on. It's already got a cover on it, so you're good on that if you were to leave it open. Now, if it's a strong rain with a lot of wind, it's very possible that rain could get in here. But if it's normal rain, you shouldn't have any issues there. All right. I think the last thing I want to talk about are the slide outs. The only real maintenance for you to do here on these slide outs is on the outside, the rubber going around your slide out. It takes a rubber conditioner. You're just going to spray it on, it foams up, and you wipe it. And then, really, I think that's it. Let's go out here and double check just to be sure that there's no tracks to worry about. Okay. Sometimes on the hydraulic ones, I don't remember if it has a track that we have to lube up or not. This one. Oh, there is. Okay, you guys, I'm glad I came out here. So the teeth that are on the tracks, those take a dry lube, like a silicone or a lithium-based type grease. We don't want you using WD-40, all right? That tends to cause more damage than help. So there's 2 tracks on this one, and it looks like there's 2 on the other as well. Let's double check here. Yes, 3 tracks on this one. So just make sure when you do the roof maintenance that you're coming down here and doing this too. The slide out maintenance, people always forget about it, and they're the ones, the slide outs take the brunt of the sun, depending on where you're located. Of course, if the sun's beating on it all the time, it's definitely going to cause a problem. But this is the rubber I'm talking about all the way around. Make sure that you're doing that maintenance. All right. I think that's it, you guys. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give me a call. You have my number. We're Keystone RV Center. We're located in Greencastle, Pennsylvania.